Good morning, brothers and sisters. Well, morning here in Mexico. Slim coming to you with another video to encourage and inspire my brothers and sisters on their Gnosis journey. You know, the internet's full of knowledge and full of super well spoken people, as you can probably hear that I'm not. um, I'm not analytical, and I'm probably got a lot of brain damage and not well educated, but that's not who I am. None of that even matters. That's all the demiurge. That's all the world of matter. I am, just like you are. We are one. We are monad. And so this is why I make these videos, to inspire and encourage you, because there's plenty of well-spoken, tons of knowledge and information. But where are the the ones that struggle and not polished and well shined and analytical and smart and intelligent, though we are, because I am is full and complete. And so today I just wanted to encourage and inspire you of what I think is one of the most important things ever, and that's knowing who you are and knowing how to overcome perpetual forgetfulness, for constantly forgetting who you are. I think is the most important thing we could do out of all the knowledge, out of everything that we can find out there. The most important thing, and I think the purest thing, rather than, I know knowledge is what, obviously knowing who we are, knowing where we come from and where we're going, helps us to know exactly who we are and what we are here to do, what we're on mission to do. And I think that is literally the most purest form of being, a spiritual being. Now you have a whole realm of knowledge after that, understanding this cosmos, the demiurge, understanding vibrational frequencies and all the just mind-blowing things there are. But those can all become archonic traps, the seeking of just head knowledge, when I think the most important, purest thing of the essence of who we are is to know who we are, continuously remembering who we are. So I share with you my experience of how I do it, and I think it's old Gnostic tradition, and they call it meditation. And I'm not talking about like New Age, which I think are just copies of the original, but it's literally, I think, from my understanding and what works, truly has worked for me from the Gnostics, original Gnostics, is to see your mind as the sky and your thoughts as clouds going by, and learning how to just take a deep breath and still your mind, create a barrier of silence, and just watch your thoughts go by without grabbing a hold of them and allowing them to distract you from who you are, and then entertaining them and literally identifying with them. And for me, I can give you an example of how, an extreme example, I think is more easier to explain, of how easy it is to become distracted and then identify yourself and then live it out and become and think that's who you are. And I'll get to that in just a second. But after you create that barrier of silence by allowing your mind to be like the sky, an open canvas, just a clean canvas, and your thoughts going by, and just allow them to go by, don't really do much with them. You'll hear little voices, sounds, conversations, and you just keep practicing and keep focusing. Keep taking deep breaths and focus really on just nothing. And eventually that's when you realize I am light. I am the one, with everyone. We are one. We are the Godhead all together. There's not the Trinity, there's not three in one, there's many in one. All of us, everything is one. For me, this has been the most important thing in my journey, is constantly remembering who I am, and then even learning how to do that in the moment. Like whenever I'm in a conversation, say with my wife, and she tells me about someone in the family that's highly dramatic and is always like distracting us and trying to grab our attention and make us angry or whatever, and I tell her, Like in that moment, I cannot become that. And so that's one example. And then your heart starts racing, you start getting anxiety, you start pumping cortisol, you start getting stressed, and you forgot who you are and you become that. Another example is like waking up. I think for me, I look back and it's super common to wake up in just any random mood. I could be thinking about my mom and how I was abandoned and rejected, and right there is the proof in the pudding. I was abandoned and rejected. I was hurt. She hurt me. She did this to me. She did that to me. They continue to do this and do that to me. But that's not the truth. You can't do that to me, because who I truly am, the I am, father, mother, son, child, us, all of us, the monad, you can't do nothing to us. We're already full and complete and we're whole. That is who we are. Even if you try to do, we're indestructible. We're incorruptible. You cannot touch us. So it's so all those things that distracted me, that I identify with by waking up, oh my gosh, like I'm in this mood and energy. Well, all started with a thought. An archonic thought was put in my mind, and I was continuously forgetting and not even knowing who I was by just taking whatever thought came by, being distracted by it. And then once I'm distracted by it, I start thinking on it, and then I identify to it, and then I become it. And the next thing I know, all day long, I'm pacing back and forth in my room, talking to my wife, hey, and she even agrees. We would agree, like, yeah, your mom this, your mom that. Not talking bad, I'm just saying, like, you're so right. And like, you feel that anxiety, that rush, and it's like, you want justice, you just want fairness, you just wish, you even want everything just to come together for the good. You just wish like they could see it. They could see what they do, all the things that they've done to me, what's happened to me, becoming a victim, just living the life of a victim, living in a low vibrational frequency by being distracted by a thought that all started with the simple thought, and then identifying it and then entertaining it and then becoming it, and then allowing it to just pump chemicals through my body, and just live in a stressful, low vibrational state, and never knowing who I am, because that's not who I am. I'm not that victim. So I hope I said that clear enough. I'll wrap this video up so that way people won't look at the timestamp and not come to it, because I want to help and inspire and encourage others. I'm identifying a little bit with the demiurge, with the shades. Got a little bit of artwork that I work with in Mexico. This is tokenized artwork, but anyways, it's just the demiurge. Here I am at my spot here in Mexico. Beautiful little, I built all this here. Nice little piece of the demiurge, Everyone needs a little piece. Well, if you like this type of content, please subscribe and hit the like. That helps others to find it. And if you don't mind, comment. What'd you think about the video? I want to share their thoughts. Thoughts directed towards the monad that will inspire and build each other up. All right, peace and much love.